Bright Beauty. Every student matters.
We learned that what are the division of integers and what are the properties of division of integers, following with some examples. Now in this video we'll be going ahead with solving questions of exercise 1.4. So let's start with the very first question of this exercise. Now we need to evaluate each of the following. So if we have minus 30 divided by 10 will be minus 3. How come? We can write it down that minus 30 upon 10, which will be equals to, we have one negative integer and one positive integer. So we'll be getting minus 3 only. The next one will be 50 divided by minus 5. We'll be getting minus answer. And if we'll divide 50 and 5, we'll be getting 10. So the second answer will be minus 10. C part says we have two negative integers, and if we divide both the integers, we'll be getting the final answer as positive, and we'll be simply dividing 36 and 9 as a whole number, which will be 4. Now minus 49 divided by 49, since we have a negative integer and a positive integer, we'll be getting minus the final answer, and we'll divide 49 and 49, which will be 1 only. So that will be minus 1, which we'll be getting for D part. Now let's move on to E part. Now we have given brackets, so we'll divide and we'll solve brackets first, and then we'll move on to other things. So we'll be getting 13 divided by minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So now if we have one negative integer and one positive integer, we'll be getting minus sign before the quotient, and we'll divide 13 and 1 as we are dividing whole number, which will be 13 only. Now 0 divided by minus 12, 0 divided by any number will always be 0. Now again we need to solve this bracket first to solve the G part. So we'll be getting minus 31 divided by minus 30 plus minus is minus 1. So we'll be getting minus 31 divided by minus 31. So minus 31 divided by minus 31. And we have two negative integers, we'll be getting a positive integer. So we'll be getting 1 as the final answer of this part. In this part, we'll be solving bracket first. So we'll be getting minus 3 divided by 3, which will be minus 1. Last but not the least, we'll be dividing this and this. First of all, we're solving these two brackets. So minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 is again minus 1. So minus 1 divided by minus 1 will be 1 only.
Let's move on to question 2 now. Question 2 says that verify that A divided by B plus C is not equal to A divided by B plus A divided by C for each of the following values which is given below A, B and C. Now first part says that A is 12, B is minus 4 and C is 2. Now what we need to verify is that left hand side, which is A divided by B plus C, is not equal to right hand side, which is A divided by B plus A divided by C. That means distributive property is not holding here. So A is 12 over here, B is minus 4 and C is 2. So what we did, the first step is we simply put the values of A, B, C on the left hand side. So first of all we'll solve the brackets. So 12 divided by minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. Now we'll divide. So 12 divided by 2, we're dividing it as a whole number, and we'll write a negative sign, a minus sign before the answer. So 12 divided by 2 will be 6. So the final answer will be minus 6 for the left hand side. Now let's move on to the right hand side. Right hand side is A divided by B plus A divided by C. So what do we need to do is 12 divided by minus 4 plus 12 divided by 2. So again 12 divided by 4, we'll dividing it as a whole number, and we'll put the minus sign before that. So 12 divided by 4 will be 3. So final thing is minus 3 plus 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now minus 3 plus 6 is 3, which means left hand side is minus 6 and right hand side is 3. It means left hand side is not equal to right hand side, hence we verify. Now let's move on to the second part, and I hope you can do it yourself. I'll give you a few seconds. Go ahead, try it yourself and try and get the answer. We'll start with the left hand side. I am just writing down the left hand side and right hand side. You can try and solve it. Okay, so let's start with the left hand side. We'll put the values of a, b and c in the left hand side. So we'll be getting minus 10 divided by b is 1 and c is also 1. So we'll be getting minus 10 divided by 2, as we'll be solving brackets first, which is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So minus 10 divided by 2 will be minus 5. Now let's move on to the right hand side. A divided by b, that means minus 10 divided by 1 plus minus 10 divided by 1. So we'll be solving the brackets. So minus 10 divided by 1 will be minus 10, plus again we'll be getting minus 10. So we'll be getting minus 10 plus minus is minus 10, which is minus 20. Now the left hand side is minus 5 and right hand side is minus 20. So we can say that left hand side is not equals to right hand side, and hence we verified. I hope you are done with the answer. Now let's move on to another question.
Let's move on to question 3. Now we need to fill in the blanks, wherein 369 is divided by what to get 369 only. So 369 divided by what number we'll be getting 369. So we'll be dividing it by 1, then only we'll get the same answer. Now minus 75 shall divide it by which number or which integer to get it minus 1. So we already got minus, so we'll divide it by 75 only, so that I'll get minus 1. Now minus 206 divided by what number to get 1. So we'll be dividing by the same number to get it as 1. Minus 87 divided by minus 1 to get it 87, because once we'll divide, then only we'll get a positive integer. So we'll be writing it over here minus 87, because when this is get divided by 1, we'll be getting the same number, which is minus 87. So minus 48 will get divided by 48 only to get the final answer as minus 1. How about 20? 20 shall divide it by which integer to get minus 2? First of all, we'll write minus, because we need the final answer as minus of something. So what shall be divided by so that we'll get minus 2? So that will be minus 10. Over here, we'll be writing minus because we need the final answer as a negative integer. So what shall be divided by 4 to get 3? So we'll be getting 12. If we'll divide it by 4, we'll be getting minus 3. Now let's move on to fourth question. It says that we need to write 5 pairs of integers a and b such that a divided by b is equals to minus 3. So we'll be needing two numbers, so that if we divide both of them, we'll be getting minus 3. That is the question which they asked for. So they've given one such pair, which is 6 comma minus 2, as when it's divided by minus 2. If 6 is getting divided by minus 2, we'll be getting minus 3. We can go ahead with some other numbers too. Let's say we need minus 3. So we can go ahead with let's say 12. Now 12 if divided by minus 4 will be minus 3 only. So the first another pair could be 12 comma minus 4. Let's see and go ahead with some other pairs. We can get 15, which is divided by minus 5. We'll be getting again minus 3. So 15 divided by minus 5 will be getting minus 3. So the next pair could be 15 and minus 5. Next can be 18 divided by minus 6. So 18 divided by minus 6, which will be again minus 3. So we'll be getting 18 and minus 6. We can get 21 divided by minus 7 will be minus 3 only. And we can write it as 21 and minus 3. We can go ahead with some other examples as well. We can go ahead with, let's say, 24 divided by minus 8 will be minus 3. So we can write it down 24 and minus 8. Okay, sorry, over here there should be 21 and minus 7. So these could be 5 such pairs. You can make infinite number of these things, these numbers or these pairs of integers. So this is how we'll write out or we'll find integers, pair of integers. If we have given certain condition, we need to follow that condition.
Now the next question is, in a class test, +3 marks are given for every correct answer and -2 are given for every incorrect answer, and we will not be giving any marks for not attempting the question. So we did this type of question in examples which you can see in earlier videos. Let's try to do over here as well. Now it says that we'll be getting +3 marks for the correct answer and -2 marks for the incorrect answer. Now Radhika scored 20 marks in total and she got 12 correct answers. So how many questions has she attempted incorrectly? Now, so marks she'll be getting for 12 correct answers will be, now for every correct answer she'll be getting +3. So for 12 correct answers she'll be getting 12 times +3, which will be 36 marks. Now the total score which Radhika scored is 20 marks in all. So total marks will be for correct answer plus incorrect answer. So score or marks for correct answers and incorrect answers. So we know correct answer, we know total marks, we need to know about number of incorrect answers. So what do? By solving it, we'll be getting that incorrect answer will be equals to total score minus correct answer. So over here, what do? So we'll be getting marks of incorrect answer. So we'll be getting total mark for incorrect answer by subtracting, so total score minus 36. Total score is 20 marks and we'll be subtracting 36, which is for correct answer. Now 20 minus 36 will be minus 16. Now minus 16 is the marks for incorrect answer, but they are looking for number of questions which she has attempted incorrectly. So if marks for incorrect answer is minus 6, and we know that marks given for every incorrect answer is minus 2 marks. So number of questions, number of incorrect questions she attempted will be so total is minus 16 marks, and we will be dividing minus 2 because every incorrect answer gives us minus 2 marks. So since we have two negative integers, we will be dividing as a whole number, which is 8, and we have two negative integers, so we will be getting the final answer as 8. So 8 questions has attempted incorrectly. I hope we understood it. Let's move on to second part now. Now second part says that Mohini scores minus 5 marks. Again, the basic question is same, that we'll be getting plus 3 for the right answer and minus 2 for the wrong answer, and we will not be getting any marks for not attempting the question. Now it says in the first part Radhika scores 20 marks. Now here Mohini scores minus 5 marks in his test, and we know that she's got 7 correct answers. So we'll start with the same thing, that marks got for 7 correct answers will be 7 times 3, which is 21 marks. Now Mohini's total score is minus 5. Now the thing is that what we did in the first part, like over here, that total marks is equals to correct plus incorrect answers. So we'll be getting incorrect answers is total score minus correct answer. So over here, we know Mohini's total score is minus 5. So the next step will be we are aware that marks given for every incorrect answer is -2. So total marks for incorrect answer will be subtracting the total score and the marks for correct answer, which will be -26. Now we know total marks for incorrect answer is -26 and marks given for every incorrect answer is -2. So number of incorrect answers will be dividing -26 and -2 will be 30. So questions which she has attempted incorrectly is, so Mohini has attempted 13 questions incorrectly.
Let's move to question 7. It says that an elevator descends into a mine shaft. That means it's going down at the rate of 6 meters per minute. So every minute it is going -6 meters down, then -6 meters down. So if descent starts from 10 meters, that means let's say this is the ground level. This is 10 meters above the ground and it is moving down and down and down 6 meters every minute. And we need to check that how long will it take to reach -350 meters. Now, since we are starting up with 10 meters as it is above the ground level, but it is moving in the opposite direction. So, total distance covered by an elevator will be 10 since it's going down and down. So, we'll write it down -350 meters, which will be 10 plus 350, that is 360 meters. Now, time taken for 6 meters. Time taken to travel 6 meters is 1 minute. So, how about if time taken for traveling 1 meter is 1/6 minutes? That means time taken for 360 meters will be 360 divided by 6, or we can write 360 multiplied by 1/6. So 360 divided by 6 will be 60 minutes or 1 hour, as 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So it means that an elevator will take 1 hour to reach or to cover the distance -350 meters. So what we actually did, we know that the distance we started off with 10 and we moved down and down and down. So 10 minus of -350, which is already there in something which is below the ground level. So once we'll do it, we'll be getting 360 meters. So the distance which we covered is 360 meters, and we know time taken for traveling 6 meters is 1 minute. So for traveling 1 meter will be 1/6 minutes. Now how will be getting for time taken for 360 meters? So for 360 meters, 360 divided by 6, which will be 60 minutes or 1 hour. So an elevator will take 1 hour to reach -350 meters. So this is it. We are done with our last exercise. We'll be coming up with next videos. Till then, keep on practicing and trying questions.